Let's talk about anger and being told what to do, and if that stirs anger inside of you, because that does stir something inside of me, and I'm sure it does for many of you. And I learnt about this further at my job. I work with people, and some of them have PDA. I work with the young adults, and what is PDA? Well, it's called pathological demand avoidance. So what this means is if you're told to do something and you have PDA, it's almost you're wired to not do it and feel great anxiety over it and try to get out of it. Do anything that you can to get out of it. And it might not even be told what to do. It might just be this pressure, this time pressure. Oh, I've got 10 minutes to do this thing. There's a demand on you and you feel like you need to avoid it. And that's a deep wiring thing. And I'm not saying I have PDA, but working with people who have PDA has given me a window into how I work, because it reminds me of times in my life. And these are things that have happened that have changed the course of my life, where someone's told me to do something and I've done everything in my power to do the opposite. For instance, I remember when I was in school, it was popular to grow your hair out. I still have long hair to this day. And I remember I was walking home from school, I must have been maybe 14, 15, and a guy comes cycling past me. And he goes, "Cut your hair, mate." And something inside of me, I didn't say out loud, but something inside of me was like, "Fuck you." Like, I was genuinely furious, and I looked at him, I said nothing, and I was fuming. But why is this guy telling me to cut my hair? I'm going to fucking grow my hair. And I kept growing my hair. Now, I don't know if that's the reason why I still grew my hair today, but there's been situations like this throughout my life. The other most notable one I can think of right now is a couple of years ago. I have this very crazy sleep pattern. The reason why it looks like this right now is it's completely dark. It's currently 5:45. It's a bit late for me. I usually wake up between 4 and 5 a.m. And I've had this early sleeping pattern for a while. Now there's daylight savings, so the clocks go back an hour, they go forward an hour. And I decided I don't care about this anymore. I'm just going to get up at the same time. So if say it's 5 o'clock now and the clock's changed, it's now 4 o'clock. I'm just going to get up at the time I would have got up, like biologically. I ignore that the clocks have changed. Obviously, I still turn up to work at the time they ask me to, but in terms of going to sleep and waking up, I stick with, the time that I was going to sleep before the change. Anyway, my father-in-law goes to me, "You won't be able to keep this up. You can't keep this up." And something inside of me was like, "Yes, I can. I will." And I've kept it up for almost 3 years now. But possibly over 3 years. Just being told I can't do it, it stirred something in me and made me so consistent, almost out of spite. Because there's that feeling, fuck you, that's that feeling inside of you. I can't explain it. Anyway, it can drive you to do things that seem a bit silly, but the thing is, waking up and going to sleep at the same time has been very beneficial to me. So it's actually been very useful to my life. But it's good to take a step back and think, why am I doing this? Am I doing it out of emotions? Or am I doing it because I actually want to do it? It's like I get a lot of time on my other YouTube channel. I'll get comments, people being like, "You should do this. Why have you done this?" And then deep inside of me, I'm like, well, I fucking wanted to make that video. Why are you having a go at me? Like, I made a video, I wanted to make it, and you're complaining at me. And then that stirs something inside of me, and it takes me like an hour or so to get out of my head. Sometimes, though, I ruminate on those things, and that's just how my mind works. Now, PDA is associated with autism. I do not have a diagnosis. I'm not saying I have PDA. I just notice those things inside of me. When someone tells me to do something, I want to do the opposite. And very angrily so. I mean, I've had arguments with my dad in the past where he's like, "Tell me to do something," and I'm abhorrently against it. I remember one time when it got really bad, I do remember, us swearing at each other over the phone. Anyway, I don't really remember what I was being told to do. But sometimes I can get very angry about it. But I think it's good to just know how you work, because that's half the battle. How do you work? How do you work in here? And how can you work around that? And allow yourself space to be like that, and then think about things logically. I think that's very important in life. Figure out how you react to certain things. Because if you know that someone telling you to do something is going to make you angry, I mean, what I often do is I try not to lash out at that person now. I try to just take the anger somewhere else. And I think, it's okay to be angry. It's fine to be angry. In fact, I think that, sometimes I just want to be angry, and that's okay. Oftentimes I like to punch this. This is like a little punching bag. Many times I've fucking hooked this chair. Use your anger in ways that can actually help you, and it'd be beneficial. Don't use it. Don't lash out against the person just because they told you to do something. It's not good. I mean, even if you don't like what they're saying, just don't aim your anger towards other people. Keep it confined to something that doesn't matter, like hitting a chair. And I've learned from personal experience, don't hit yourself. I've had a big lesson in this. Do not hit yourself, because that escalates and turns into something bad. Don't hit yourself. Hit a punching bag. Hit a soft chair that doesn't care if you hit it. Be a bit angry, This is where sports can be really helpful. Going to the gym, lift some weights, go for a run. I used to go skateboarding, something that feels like you can channel your anger into it. But also anger can be used to take action. For instance, if I'm angry that I'm behind on something, I can just start working on it out of anger. Now, there is sometimes using that anger can mean you're not doing things properly. So, if you're swept up in emotions, it's going to get in the way of the work. But it can lead you to inspire action. And that's always a good thing. It's better to take action rather than to do nothing. So if you are feeling angry, someone's told you to do something. Someone's told you to cut your hair. Don't yell at the person. I think I remember when that guy cycled past me, he said, cut your hair. I was like, and then as soon as he went, I was like, fuck. And I think, you got to have space to be a demon sometimes against a chair, a punching bag, something that doesn't matter. I don't know, find a piece of rock on the floor and smash it. But, blokes, sometimes you just got to be angry. Women too, but, I can only talk about as a bloke. Sometimes you just got to be mad. And when someone tries to say, stop being angry, it's like, I just want to be angry for a bit, okay? It's just an emotion and I want to experience it and then move on. Sometimes that can help. So anyway, those are my thoughts, and I'll see you in the next video.